Hello, my gorgeous ones. I was watching a video on the Libra full moon, and it explained a lot. So this full moon, is going to be in Libra, which is basically relationships and other people. So, you know, focusing on your relationships with other people. I will explain this in a minute. I'm not going to take those because I'm just not. And then you've got the sun going into Aries, which is me. I'm first. I'm the baby, and I'm need all the attention, and that's just me. It's all about me. So, for starters, there's a little bit of a clash going on. Then you've got Mercury, planet of communication, in retrograde. Oh, great. So we've got communication tits up. We've got a full supermoon in a sign that's opposing where the sun is, the two major rulers. And just on top of that, it's the equinox. So in the northern hemisphere, it's the spring equinox, and in the southern hemisphere, it's the autumn equinox, which is day and night being equal length. So, you know, one would hope there was a bit of balance there, but let's hope that comes after this moon. And Mercury goes direct, and the sun settles into its new sign, and everybody can start getting along again, because at the moment nobody is. It's all tits up. Has anybody watched had stuffing around with their... Look at this. I mean, the prime example. Like, oh dear, you know. Hello. I don't know about anybody else, but I've had the most amazing technical issues. My car window got stuck down. It wouldn't come up. For me, it came up for anybody else. It would work for anybody else, but for me, no. It got stuck down, and I drove 4 hours with my window down in the rain. So we've got that, and then it's just like you know those days where you get up and there's been a power outage in the middle of the night, so your alarm's dead and you're late for work, and then you stub your toe and you hit your head when you're bending over to rub your toe, and it just goes from there. You know, there's a truck breakdown, so you're even later for work, and your phone's battery's dead, so you can't ring work and explain, and then just after you get to work, the school rings and says your kid's sick. You've got to turn around and come back and get them. Well, the current alignment of everything, I wouldn't say alignment, I would say, what would I say? Collision of everything is creating not just a day or a moment, but a series of moments just like that day. And nobody's really enjoying it. Anyway, I thought I would pull out one fairy card to see where we were at the moment, the central person in all of this. And here he comes, popping right out fell out, straight out of the pack. It's Glominous Doom. Oh, poor baby. He's got everything behind him, you know, but he's not really enjoying it because it's just back there, kind of weighing him down a bit. His shoulders are hunched. He's kind of got his hand out as if to say, you know, what's the point? I just don't care anymore. It's kind of too hard. He's got the negative voices going on in his head, and he's just like, I just don't care anymore. Just make it stop. So he's the centre of our story, and I find that kind of funny that's where we're at. So let's have a look, see what else this we've got going on here. Well, that's a positive thing. Oh, thank you. Oh, and that, oh, look, it's starting to look much nicer. Oh, except for that bit. Okay, Gloom, Doom. Very good. All right, so we've got gloom and doom and misery and woe and alas and alack and all of that. And I think part of that is that we're currently, or whoever this is for, currently trapped in fear. We're just stuck. This is the Eight of Swords energy. Where it's a combination of this and that. You've put your head down. It's like, I don't know if most people have seen the standard Eight of Swords, and it's a person bound, loosely bound and blindfolded, surrounded by swords. And it's a self-imposed prison, so to speak, because they could loosen the binds are so loose that they could just, you know, release themselves and take the blindfold off and walk out from between the swords. But they're so trapped in the thinking of the swords that they don't realise that they could release themselves if they were brave enough and overcame their fear to take the blindfold off and unbind themselves in order to walk free. So that's probably the current situation, is that there's blinkers on and you're just trapped. We're just trapped, whoever this is for, stuck, which makes sense. You know, we've got the Libra, Aries, the backwards and forwards, we don't know which way's up. There is positive movement coming. There is this Eight of Pentacles coming forward, moving forward, leaving shit behind, like seriously leaving shit behind. See here, I love this. Here's this person bound and head down and just at the end of their rope. And what they're missing out on is this light. They're not seeing it. They're only seeing the shadows because that's the way they're facing. But if they just turn around, see, 2 8s, you can't, I couldn't pull this stuff out if I tried. If this person would just turn around and face the light, then they could leave all this shit behind and follow the light, and that's where you're headed. So turn around, take the blindfold off and turn around. You're on a trip, you're on a journey. This is part of your journey, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be as you're currently experiencing, all shits and giggles. It can be rugged. But But this is good. There is growth. It's like, I don't see the a lot of people, and sometimes I do, so I'm stuffing myself around communication. Wonderful. I see our lives as a spiral. It's not the same circle round and round and round. It's a spiral, and it goes up. So what we think is a really big, harsh thing when we're young, and it is to a young person, if you look back when you're older, it's not that big, and if you had to deal with it now, you'd fly through it. But your problems, it's a challenge. You start small and you work your way up. And that's how we should all progress. If we're walking the light path, we want to walk to higher and higher challenges, because that makes us grow. We're not afraid of it. We don't like it particularly, but we're not afraid of it. It takes time though, and you can't skip from one circle to the next just because you're impatient. You've got to do the work to get through there. So this is where we're gloom and we're doom, and we're trapped in our own thinking and our own bondage, and we need to turn around and let that shit go, move on, sail forth. Be prepared to take the time to do the work, and don't try and put wings on your ship so you can fly. Just be prepared to go with the tide. And look, oh my God, it's another 8. I didn't even realise.